Hello viewers, in this video we have to see all six daughters become doctors. School dropout woman tells her life story. For more information we shall go to inside the video. I kindly request all the viewers to watch this video in full. Now we shall move to inside the video. Saina's story is an inspiration to all. It is a story of a school dropout woman who educated her six daughters and made them doctors. Saina had quit her studies after the fifth standard. She was married off to her cousin TVP Ahammed Kunjammed when she was just 12 years old. The first time she ever stepped foot in his house in Nadapuram, she was terrified after her new life and was sad about quitting school. At that time, my husband was running a business in Madras. We had our first daughter a while after our marriage. He went to Qatar after that and found a job in a petroleum company. He promised to take us with him. I was so excited, then soon flew to Qatar and settled there quite well. He was a very knowledgeable person. He read a lot and was willing to tell stories about different places and things in different corners of the world. She remembered. The couple had six daughters. The eldest is Fatima, Hajria, Aisha, Faizia, Ragnas, and the youngest is Amira. Whenever the women in our hometown heard about my deliveries, they would worry about the future of our daughters. But I was never worried about raising girls or sad about giving birth to six daughters. I never thought of them as a burden. I was adamant that my children should study well and achieve good positions in their lives. My husband bought many books for our daughters, saying that they should have general knowledge too, Saina said. As I said, I quit my studies when I was in class 5th. I was the most studious girl in my class back then, and the teachers loved me. Recently, I went to my max teacher's house after his wife passed away. He placed his hand on my shoulder and asked, "Why did not you study?" I became very sad upon hearing that. I was instantly reminded of my school time. Nobody encouraged me to study back then. My father and mother had many other things to worry about. I was always scared of my father, she added. It was common in those days to marry off girls at a young age. One day, when I came home from school, I was told that I was to be married off the next day. After my marriage, I used to tell my husband that he would have encouraged me to study. He consoled me by saying that we would educate our children well. That is how the education of our daughters become our most important goal and happiness, she explained. Saina had always felt that whatever be in the job, the society must be benefit from it. It had been imprinted in Saina's mind that being a doctor fulfilled that aim. Both Ahammed Kunjammed also believed the same. There used to be a doctor named Kunjali Kutti in Nadapuram. He was the first Muslim doctor from this area. My father's brother was also a doctor. I saw the respect that they earned from people because of their profession and realized how much people valued doctors. Saina's second daughter, Dr. Hajria, still remembers the evening in her house. Our mother used to call all of us together and tell us one thing: you have to study. There is no excuse. Our father used to ask us whatever plan was after 10th standard. We would all say the same thing as reply to that question: become a doctor. We all had the inspiration to take from the ones who became doctors before us. I looked up to my sister. Our younger sisters looked up to us. We had nothing else to worry about, Ajra remembered. Saina was over the moon as she saw all her daughters crusading toward their goal of MBBS. Our third daughter, Aisha, expressed an interest to join LLB. I told her that she can first become a doctor, then go for whichever profession she liked. If she was still interested, I feared that if she became a lawyer, her husband might not allow her to work. But that was not a threat when it came to the case of doctors. I also knew that women would work safely in that field in any corner of the world. I told my daughter, I became a housewife. You should not have the same fate. Your father's wish with my decision or that you should become a doctor. Aisha took no time to assemble her dreams after hearing her mother's words. There are many girls who pursue higher studies these days, but the unfortunate thing is that they are often married off while they are studying. I know many who suffer that way. They are married off after 2 or 3 years of studying BDS, they get pregnant the next year and give birth to babies the year after that and are confined to the walls of their home. I was stubborn that I would not allow such a thing to happen in the life of my girls, Saina said. By the time Saina and her husband returned to Kerala after ending 3 decades of expatriate life, two of their eldest daughters had become doctors, Dr. Fatima and Dr. Hajria. The third and fourth daughters were studying MBBS during that time. The youngest two were still in school. It was during that time the greatest tragedy in her life happened. He wanted to stay in Qatar until the completion of our daughter's education, but I was the one who told him that we must return to our homeland and spend our last years together in our home. After almost 2 years since our return to our home, he suffered a sudden heart attack and passed away following that. She recollected. With that, Saina lost the biggest strength in her life. That loss was not easy for her to overcome. We had married off only two of our daughters during the time of his death. The others were still studying. Once a woman in my life came and told me I did not make my children doctor, not because of their inability to study, but because they would be alone if anything unfortunate happened to us. That is why I got them married off soon. What that woman intended to say was that I was trapped since I chose to educate my daughters instead of getting them married off. I did not say anything. I was still in shock after my husband's passing. But even at that point, I never felt that I was all alone with my children, she said. Once, a man phoned from Thiruvananthapuram with a marriage proposal for my daughter. He asked me what we were planning to give to our daughter. I replied that I would not give them anything for my daughter. He was surprised. So I asked him what his intention was. He told me that he has a son and a daughter and that he had to get his daughter married off using the dowry obtained from his son's marriage. I told him one thing, I have not kept my daughter for sale. It is Saina's greatest strength that she is able to make strong decisions and say it aloud in similar situations. My eldest daughter Fatima's MRCP graduation ceremony will be held in London soon. She is asking me to go with her. She keeps telling me that I am the captain of all these dreams. Saina is happy and content with her life. She dreams of woman sprouting wings and soaring up in the skies limitlessly. Hello viewers, in this video you may learn school dropout women's 6 daughters are doctors. If you are liking this video means kindly press the like button as well as share to your friends and relatives. I kindly request all the viewers to subscribe this Aravindar and Arul channel. Thank you for watching this video in full. Once again, thank you very much.